He was supposed to be the next legend, a highlight machine with hands that seemed untouchable. In just one rookie season, Odell Beckham Jr. became a household name, pulled in one of the most iconic catches in NFL history. And then, almost as fast as he rose, it all began to unravel. From viral fame and superstar status to crushing injuries, sideline meltdowns, and a stunning fall from grace. This is the untold truth of what really happened to Odell Beckham Jr. Odell Beckham Jr. grew up in New Orleans, and from a young age it was obvious he had more than just talent. He had something special. He attended Isidore Newman School, the same place that produced Peyton and Eli Manning. There, he broke records and became just the second player in school history to post over 1,000 receiving yards in a single season. The first to ever do it, Cooper Manning, Peyton and Eli's older brother. Scholarship offers from powerhouse programs poured in, but Odell chose LSU, not by accident, but because it was in his blood. His mother had been a track star there, and his father had played running back. At LSU, Odell wasted no time making his mark. In his junior season, he racked up over 1,100 receiving yards and scored 8 touchdowns, showing off a mix of speed, athleticism, and jaw-dropping catches that had NFL scouts buzzing. Riding that momentum, he declared for the 2014 NFL Draft. Sammy Watkins went 4th overall, Mike Evans 7th, and then, with the 12th pick, the New York Giants made their move. Some fans cheered, others questioned the choice. But it wouldn't take long for Odell Beckham Jr. to prove that he wasn't just another rookie. He was about to change the game. Odell's NFL career didn't start smoothly. In his very first offseason, a nagging hamstring injury kept him out of most of training camp and the preseason. The headlines weren't flattering. Critics questioned if the Giants had wasted a first-round pick on a player who couldn't stay healthy. Even head coach Tom Coughlin publicly voiced his frustration. But all of that changed in Week 5 of the regular season. Odell finally made his debut, and in his very first game, he caught the go-ahead touchdown in the 4th quarter. A week later, fate forced him into the spotlight. The Giants' #1 receiver, Victor Cruz, suffered a devastating knee injury, and suddenly the rookie was the team's top target. Odell didn't just handle the pressure, he thrived under it. In his 4th game, under the lights of Monday Night Football, he torched the Colts for 156 yards. The next week, he burned Richard Sherman, one of the best corners in the league, for another 100-yard game. But it was Week 12 against the Cowboys that would change his life forever. On Sunday Night Football, Odell leapt backwards, fully extended, and pulled in an impossible one-handed touchdown grab while falling into the end zone. The catch instantly went viral. Overnight, he wasn't just the Giants' star rookie, he was a household name, a viral sensation, and one of the most talked about athletes in the world. Odell finished his rookie season with numbers that didn't seem real. 91 catches, over 1,300 yards, and 12 touchdowns in just 12 games. He averaged more yards per game than anyone else in the league and took home the Offensive Rookie of the Year award. All of this while playing the entire season with 2 partially torn hamstrings. His stardom went beyond football. He was hanging out with LeBron James, Drake, and even David Beckham. The following year, he proved it wasn't just hype. In 2015, he posted a career-high 96 receptions, 1,450 yards, and 13 touchdowns. Back-to-back Pro Bowls, a second-team All-Pro selection, and a growing reputation as one of the NFL's most dangerous weapons. But along with the jaw-dropping plays came something else. A pattern of emotional outbursts that started raising eyebrows. In Week 4 against the Bills, players called him a prima donna and accused him of throwing cheap shots. That reputation exploded in Week 15 against the Carolina Panthers, when he went head-to-head with elite trash-talking corner Josh Norman. Norman got under his skin early, and Odell completely lost control, taking wild swings, jawing nonstop, and even delivering a helmet-to-helmet hit that somehow didn't get him ejected. The league suspended him for 1 game, and while his talent was undeniable, so was the fact that his emotions could sometimes get the better of him. The 2016 season made it clear that Odell's emotions weren't going anywhere. In Week 3 against Washington, after a late-game interception, he exploded on the sideline, even punching the kicking net in frustration, only for it to spring back and hit him in the face. A few weeks later, after torching the Ravens for a game-winning touchdown, he made light of it by proposing to that same kicking net. On the field, he was still producing game-breaking plays, including a clutch touchdown to beat the Cowboys and end their 11-game win streak. And for the first time in his career, the Giants were heading to the playoffs. But just days after the regular season ended, Odell and several teammates were spotted partying on a boat in Miami. The photos went viral. Heading into their playoff matchup with the Packers, all anyone could talk about was the boat trip. And when game day came, the worst-case scenario played out. Odell dropped multiple passes, finishing with one of his least impressive performances. The Giants were blown out, and to make matters worse, reports surfaced that he had punched a hole in the wall outside the locker room after the loss. The season ended not with a highlight, but with questions about where his head was. Expectations for the Giants in 2017 were sky high. Some analysts even ranked them as the second-best team in the league heading into the season. But those hopes fell apart fast. The team started 0-4, and in Week 5, disaster struck. Against the Chargers, all three starting wide receivers went down with injuries, including Odell. After leaping for a pass, his ankle was rolled up on, leaving him in tears as he was carted off the field. The diagnosis was brutal: a broken fibula and torn ligaments, and his season was over. Despite the injury, the Giants doubled down on their star, signing Odell in 2018 to a 5-year, $95 million deal, making him the highest-paid wide receiver in NFL history at the time. But only weeks later, an ESPN interview with Lil Wayne stirred up controversy. Odell openly questioned the team's offensive scheme, hinted he wasn't happy in New York, and made less than glowing comments about Eli Manning. For critics, it was more proof of his diva image. Even with the noise, Odell still put up over 1,000 receiving yards that year, but the relationship with the Giants was crumbling. Then came the shocker. In March 2019, New York traded him to the Cleveland Browns. To Odell, it felt personal. He later said the Giants sent him there to die, believing they wanted him far from a contender. When Odell landed in Cleveland in 2019, it looked like a fresh start. He was reunited with his college teammate and close friend Jarvis Landry, and the Browns had a young quarterback in Baker Mayfield coming off a strong rookie year. Expectations were sky high. Some even called the Browns a dark horse Super Bowl contender. But reality didn't match the hype. The team stumbled to a 6-10 record, and Odell's numbers took a noticeable dip. Just 2 100-yard games all season, finishing with 1,035 yards and 4 touchdowns. The following year, things got worse. In 2020, during a game against the Bengals, Odell tore his ACL while trying to make a tackle after an interception. His season was over, and another long rehab began. By 2021, it was clear he wasn't the same player. The explosiveness that once made him a threat to score from anywhere on the field was fading. Frustrations boiled over when Odell's father posted an 11-minute video online showing all the times his son was open, but Mayfield didn't throw to him. The drama became too much for the Browns, and in November 2021, they released him. When Odell Beckham Jr. cleared waivers in November 2021, a lot of people thought the league had moved on. Then came a lifeline: the Los Angeles Rams. The fit seemed perfect, and fate made it even more so. Just days after signing, Robert Woods tore his ACL, instantly vaulting OBJ into a major role. The regular season numbers weren't flashy, but the postseason was another story. Time after time, he came up with clutch catches, the kind that had made him famous years before. In Super Bowl 56, he started hot, scoring the game's first touchdown. But just before halftime, disaster struck. His left knee buckled. Later, Beckham revealed the truth. His ACL had already been torn before the game. He'd been playing on it. Despite the heartbreak of watching the Rams finish the game without him, he left the stadium with something he'd chased for years: a Super Bowl ring. The price of that ring was another lost season. Beckham spent all of 2022 recovering from his second ACL reconstruction. When he finally returned in 2023, he signed with the Baltimore Ravens. He was solid, flashes of the old magic, but no longer the weekly highlight reel threat. In 2024, he joined the Miami Dolphins, a team stacked with speed and firepower. But the connection never clicked. His role shrank, production dropped, and by mid-season, Miami released him. Now, for the first time since he burst onto the NFL stage, Odell Beckham Jr. is a free agent with no guaranteed future in the league. From a rookie sensation who redefined the one-handed catch, To a player fighting just to get another call, Odell Beckham Jr.'s career has been a wild mix of unforgettable moments, controversy, and brutal injuries. So here's the question: is OBJ a tragic what could have been? Or is there still one last chapter left to write?